All right, folks, it's Monday. I hope your week is off to a great start. We're going to get right on into this XRP Freedom Fight, what this is all about, and we're going to give you guys an overhead view of the multiple battlefields and offensives that we are making right now against our enemy. A common enemy that we find in a bureaucracy beast that has overstepped their limits and bounds in many aspects of our life. We're focusing on the financial markets, cryptocurrency, new nascent asset class, just trying to get a level playing field, and for some reason they tried to pick on XRP. So what is this all about? Where are we at? And what comes next? I got it for you in today's update. If you appreciate what we do, make sure you have subscribed, hit that notification bell, and you're helping me out by sharing our content out far and wide. Everything else is at zachrector.com. Let's get started. So we're going to take a look here. This is what investing in XRP has been about from the Bearable Bull. This is what inspired me to make this video. And he says, F the fly-by-night bandwagon. And I've talked about that. A lot of fair weather fans in the XRP community. They come, they go. When it's time to pump it up, when XRP starts to move, we start to FOMO in. And this is what's going to make XRP rally so strong this bull run. The true believers have been here. Huge shout out to the Bearable Bull. 5 years of pain for 50 years of freedom. What are you willing to sacrifice? Now, I know we don't want to be here. I know we want the lawsuit to be over. I know you don't want me to have my red folder, and we don't want to be doing red folder updates. We want XRP to be at $5 or 589 or somewhere in between. We're on our way there, and we're going to find out. It's going to be a lot of fun. But in the meantime, whether it's been a few years of holding XRP for you, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, now that the lawsuit has been appealed, timeline might have been extended another year or two or more, right? But at the end of the day, we have to remember in this fight, the victories that we've already achieved and the victories yet to come, what this is going to lead to for rampant adoption of the XRP ledger and the growth that we're already seeing in the ecosystem despite the lawsuit, the growth that we're seeing from Ripple and their partnerships despite the lawsuit, and the additional liquidity that's going to be coming in despite the lawsuit through the RLUSD stablecoin. Very exciting on the XRP front, but I wanted to get into the battlefields that we've been in here, the ongoing battles and confrontations and skirmishes that we have here. But quick look at the markets. The markets just closed up for the day. I'm recording this at about 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. Markets are closed up. They close sharply lower as treasury yields rise. So the Fed has cut rates. Now folks in the markets are worried about inflation coming back. So we're selling off long duration bonds like the 10-year, which just spiked back above 4%. Now the yield curve is inverted once again, right? So the yield curve uninverted. Oh, maybe we're going to achieve a soft landing. Now the yield curve has inverted once again, and the 10-year bonds back above 4%. Mortgage rates bottomed out at 6.1%. Now they're already back up to 6.5%. Here soon, we're going to wake up to 7% mortgage rates once again. This is a real estate sector that's already at its slowest pace amount of volume and activity that we've seen in about 30 years. So the market getting spooked here today. We got a sell-off. Where we did see some activity, though, and I'm going to show you this, is Bitcoin did spike up to about 64.5 earlier today. XRP did go up to about 54.5. But where we saw some more activity was in oil. Let's take a quick look here. Oil up to $77 per barrel right now. World War III concerns really shooting this one up right now. Gold basically trended sideways today along with silver. But silver, once again, remember, on Friday's trading session, we went up above $33 for the first time in many, many years. So silver on the brink of breakout. I'm going to be doing a separate video actually talking about Russia stockpiling silver, adding that to their strategic reserves along with other metals, and the significant supply deficit that we're going to run again this year. But without further ado, let's get right on into the battlefield. I'm talking about the legal battlefield, and we're taking a look at the good guys fighting the good fight. You already know the man himself. Fred Rispoli has been fighting here. Tomorrow, October 8th, around 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, he's going to be taking the fight against Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, and Paul Grewal. And I'm so glad that he tags them. And this is a common, a friend, really an ally. The Coinbase exchange has been an ally as we see they're fighting against the SEC. We've been fighting against the SEC. We have a common enemy. So the fact that Coinbase turned around and stole our Songbird tokens, I don't understand why this was made. one of the worst decisions that's been made by any crypto exchange probably ever, besides FTX and other ones that went bust. But as far as like handling of situations in general, the way that they handled the Songbird case and the Flare tokens as well was just terrible. And the fact that we still haven't gotten our Songbird, I'm one of those folks. I may be joining Fred Rispoli if he needs somebody to sign up for his class action lawsuit. Once again, I don't think that this is a class action right here. Maybe it is. I'm going to get the full scoop on this, but tomorrow morning, Fred Rispoli going to be taking the fight to them. And remember, Fred, he already filed his lawsuit with Hodl Law, his law firm, demanding the SEC to give a status on Ethereum. Now, his case was rejected in the Ninth Circuit. I think that he did take it to the appeals court, and it was rejected once again. So, once again, I got to get updated on Fred's cases. Fred is a friend of mine. Really love what he's doing. He's part of the XRP community, big believer in XRP. But he's been fighting on our behalf. It's unfortunate that we have to do this against Coinbase, but it's going to take legal battles like this until we can, get what we deserve, which in this case is our Songbird, right? So huge shout out to Fred. He's going to be fighting them tomorrow. We'll be watching that one closely. Today, we get an SEC FOIA update from Empower Oversight. We've been waiting on this one, right? Communications about Empower Oversight's IG referral. So the Office of Inspector General referral basically was sent over here by Empower Oversight. And what's so incredible, I haven't had time to read through all this. They link up the documents and the response here, the FOIA request that they finally did get fulfilled here. But what I wanted to show you is just how long this process has taken. We're at a day and age where a FOIA request, it shouldn't even have to be made, right? All of this should just be put up publicly, maybe logged on blockchain technology, wherever they keep it on any database, that we should be able to publicly access. We shouldn't have to put in FOIA requests. And if we do have to put in a request for some documents, it should be a matter of a couple days. I mean, 24, 48-hour response. I mean, let's give them a couple days, right? A couple days. I mean, why is it taking years? I want you guys to see this process. So this is finally the SEC getting back to this FOIA request from May 15th, 2023. Now, Empower Oversight sought records of communications about the group's May 2022 referral to the SEC's Office of Inspector General. It's FOIA litigation with the SEC and the agency's litigation selectively targeting one cryptocurrency, XRP, for enforcement. So they get 257 pages. They get, a couple links here. You can see everything that this, fulfilled. But this started back in August of 2021. They've been pressing the SEC since August of 2021 when they filed a detailed FOIA request. Then in December of 2021, they had to sue the SEC for this FOIA request. In May 2022, that's when they sent a referral to the SEC Office of Inspector General based on what they were finding or not getting. In October of 2022, they filed their opposition to the SEC's motion for summary judgment in the ongoing FOIA lawsuit over documents related to conflicts of interest in selective enforcement in cryptocurrency cases, right? And then in December of, however, the SEC then promptly reversed course and had refused to search for those records for nearly 2 years since the August 2020 request, which is still the subject of ongoing FOIA lawsuit against the SEC. So they're still in the middle of that lawsuit. In December of 2022, Empower Oversight filed a new FOIA request regarding conflicts of interest in selective enforcement by former high-level officials regarding cryptocurrencies. The December 2022 request was an effort to counter the SEC's bad faith gamemanship in refusing to conduct searches using the search terms it solicited from Empower Oversight more than a year earlier. The December 2022 FOIA request to the SEC sought communications between senior SEC officials and their former and future employers and related entities regarding cryptocurrencies by name. Go on here. In May of 2023, Empower Oversight filed a new complaint against the SEC in this District of Columbia, seeking to compel the SEC to comply with the December 2022 FOIA request. Right? So it's FOIA request, lawsuit, FOIA request, lawsuit, FOIA request, lawsuit. The SEC turned over documents following the May FOIA lawsuit brought by Empower Oversight. It literally is taking us to sue them to get FOIA requests fulfilled. In September of 2023, Empower Oversight requested the FOIA communications between Clayton, the former SEC chairman, and numerous people he may have interacted with regarding the agency's improper handling of cryptocurrency enforcement decisions. In March of 2024, Empower Oversight continued to request documents through FOIA on Hinman and Clayton using new search terms based on findings from documents in previous FOIA requests. So it's like we're getting little drips of information through the FOIA requests. Then we have to go back and file more FOIA requests. And I say we, this is Empower Oversight. Huge shout out to their whole team fighting the good fight here. They get more documentation, more information, new search terms. So they send back new FOIA requests. And now it's time to file another lawsuit. In March 18, 2024, Empower Oversight filed a lawsuit against the SEC over its failure to comply with an additional FOIA request after the SEC delayed its searches by asking multiple rounds of clarifying questions and asking Empower Oversight to narrow its requests. Right? So they make it as difficult as possible, slow roll you, make you sue them. And then finally, they'll give you a redacted release, right? In June 2024, Empower Oversight pressed the SEC for additional records, right? On July 16, 2024, Empower Oversight pressed the Office of Inspector General to release its report because we never got the release report. They were supposed to be in the final stages of completing. That was the last that we heard, is that they were in the final stages of completing its report earlier this year. Still don't have it. Empower Oversight also urged the Office of Inspector General to address the potential conflicts of former SEC Chair Jay Clayton in its review. We literally can't keep up because now we probably need to submit a FOIA request in regards to the communications about Goober. You guys know Gerber Gerwal. We've nicknamed him Goober. We need to figure out what's going on with Goober. He's now resigned from Director of Enforcement. Now he's going to some cozy position at another law firm that's actually representing cryptocurrency projects. It's so funny. They're bringing lawsuits against cryptocurrency companies. They leave the SEC, and then they go get hired by these law firms that are representing the cryptocurrency companies that they filed the lawsuit against. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Now, that's the update. I haven't had time to read through all of it. Maybe I can link it up in the description down below if you guys want to do some digging. We're going to get the sleuths on this. This has been a community effort, and we're going to continue digging, suing, filing new FOIA requests until we get a level playing field, right? Now, I'm excited to share, and we've been seeing the list here that Fruition Films has been able to put together for the documentary XRP Unleashed. The documentary is going to be focused on XRP, the damages done to the community through the SEC lawsuit and the broader corruption holding back this new financial system and everything that we've been fighting for. And so right here, we had a productive recording session indeed. Fruition Films interviewing Tristan Leavitt and Jason Foster about Empower Oversight's work trying to force transparency on crypto conflicts at the SEC. So I'm glad to see that they're going to be in the documentary, and we did get the update from Fruition Productions. November is going to be the U.S. screening tour, and then in November and December, we get digital premiere online direct via website Patreon. So it looks like we'll be able to buy access to it in November and December. Then in January, digital rental is going to be available on Amazon, Apple TV, Vudu, etc. They take up to 50% stake in revenue. And this is why I'm trying to do everything that I can to support Chris, Maya, and the whole team there at Fruition Films, because they spend all of their own money having to even sell XRP to complete and finish this documentary. And I'm glad that they didn't sell out to Hollywood, because Hollywood would have tried to do them way dirtier than the 50% stake in revenue. In fact, what I worried about was Hollywood trying to buy the rights to this documentary so that they could bury it. In Q1 of 2025, we're going to get an international non-English markets with localization via web. That's what I like to see. Let's take this thing worldwide. And then in Q2 of 2025, local video on-demand streaming for international partners. So this is on the way, coming in November for the U.S. screening tour. They're doing about half a dozen cities across the United States, and so I'll make sure to update you guys when we get the dates. But that is going to be coming in November, so stay tuned for that. Next point, I love to see that Judy Shelton here is retweeting out and giving a shout out to our good friend Jimmy Valley. That's right, folks, Judy Shelton. Gotta love it. Thanks to Jimmy Valley for his repost, Good as Gold, still going strong and becomes available Tuesday, October 8th. So this is Judy Shelton's new book. And right now it looks like she's listed at number 2 on Amazon for new releases in money and monetary policy. That's great. That's great. Looks like she has a couple good books up there. right? And so the good is gold, how to unleash the power of sound money, going to be coming out here. Oh, yeah, she says currently 1, 2, and 3 on Amazon. There you go. Great stuff. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to link this up in the description down below if you guys want to pre-order this book. It's going to be released October 8th tomorrow. You can get the hardcover copy for $25. I'm going to put the link on down below if you guys are looking to get that. But, you know, this is our good friend Jimmy Valley. You guys already know the deal. I got my red folder right here. And I do think that it is time to get Jimmy Valley back on the show so we can get an update after we see what the SEC is appealing this Ripple lawsuit on. Once we get the appeal, it'll be proper time to get Jimmy back and, you know, tap in with some of our other good friends and experts in this legal matter as we continue this fight. But what I want to show you guys, though, is how far our community is reaching out. We got folks, John Deaton, about to go become senator of Massachusetts. We got Jimmy Valley getting in touch with Judy Shelton. She's retweeting him out, right? I could go down the whole list here. This documentary is about to go viral. Our whole community is, you know, doing so many great big things outside of XRP, outside of, oh, we want to pump up XRP, make some XRP content. I'm doing my part, right? I'm getting the word out on this. We're fighting the legal battle. We're showing you guys what's all happening here. We got developers working on building apps, products, new amendments for the XRP ledger. We got Empower Oversight, which really isn't even part of the XRP community. They just saw what was going on and said, okay, this is a fight worth fighting, and they've joined our party. And like Brad Kimes says, come on in, right? Let's bring everybody on in that wants a level playing field, which is why we just got tapped in when Reggie Middleton and the Very token holders sent me over the documents that they got with that formal complaint to the New York bar over George Tenriro, the head SEC lawyer against Ripple, and he was the head lawyer against Reggie Middleton as well. So I'm going to get Reggie Middleton back on the show here soon, hopefully as well, because we all have a common enemy and we're all fighting the same fight, which is just for a level playing field. Whether XRP is the best token to run the world or whether the Very token is the best token to run the world, we don't get to find out until we get a breakthrough, you know, the uncertainty, lack of clarity, and regulation. We don't get to let sound money breathe until they get the heck out of our way. As Judy Shelton is putting together her new book, I should say, Good is Gold, How to Unleash the Power of Sound Money. My new slogan, I've been saying, let sound money breathe, right? We got that one from the Let XRP Breathe quote out of the SEC Ripple lawsuit documentation. So let's let XRP breathe. Let's let sound money breathe. Let's let common sense breathe. How about that one too? That might help us. That might go a long ways. You guys let me know. This is what this fight's about for me. The XRP Freedom Fight. The ability to transact XRP freely. The ability to transact silver and gold freely. The ability to put some chickens in a garden in your backyard. Maybe collect some rainwater, right? Maybe, you know, have some children. Make a family. Produce something with your life, right? That's what this fight's about. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness on a level playing field. Please help us, God. If you appreciate what we're doing, you guys already know what to do. Can you tap it? Can you smack it for me? Can you share it out far and wide? If you want to support our cause, everything's at ZachRector.com. We got precious metals, cryptocurrency exchanges, wallets. Get tapped in with our private community. We'd love to have you. Thank you for the support. We'll see you in the next one. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.